5 Most Valuable Treasures Recently Discovered. 5. Ancient Coin. For one New England man that had been waiting years for his chance in the sun, the man in question is Jim Bailey. What he found was anything but average while scavenging with his metal detector in Rhode Island. Jim came across a centuries-old coin that was first minted in Yemen back in 1693. But that's not the coolest part about this find. This mystery coin could be the key to unlocking a much larger historical mystery. It all starts with an old English pirate named Captain Henry Avery, that rose to fame after pillaging a ship full of Muslim pilgrims. They were originally heading towards India from Mecca before they were stopped by the crew. The pirate got away with the crime by pretending to be a slave trader, and not only were there people on the ship Henry stopped, there were millions upon millions of dollars worth of gold and silver coins. But Captain Avery and his crew seemed to vanish into thin air after the massive fire. The entire world was looking for them, but no one came forward. The coin Jem found could very well be the that historians were looking for. Since he found it in Rhode Island, it might mean the pirate crew escaped to the old colonial American colonies. Other coins from Yemen have been popping up and discovered all over New England, leaving us to think Avery posed as a slave trader to lead a new life in the colonies. 4. Cash Box. Imagine finding hidden treasure in your very own home? Well, that's exactly what happened for one Massachusetts woman thanks to the help of amateur treasure hunter Keith Will. It all started when the woman sought after Keith's help after hearing rumors of her aunt and uncle hiding things all over the house. The home was built in the 1950s, so that's plenty of time to rack up a few secrets. The woman is looking to sell it though, so her family wants to make sure they found any hidden loot before putting it on the market. Up in the attic, the floorboards have scattered patterns of white X's and stars, which made her wonder if there was any merit to the symbols, but after searching for so long, the woman and her family give up until they found Keith online. When he arrived at the home, it took him all but 50 minutes to find treasure with his metal detector. He found a safe box full of 46,000 of vintage bills that had meant dates from the 1930s to 50s. The value today has multiplied many times to nearly $500,000. After the incredible discovery, Keith left all the money to the family. Although it's still a mystery who exactly hid the money in the first place, it was hidden close to the end of the Great Depression, so Keith believes that whoever did the hiding didn't have enough trust in the banks to store their cash. 3. Mayan City. It's fascinating to think about the ancient civilizations that once existed in this world, the Mayans in particular. Achieved incredible feats of engineering, mathematics, astronomy and more without the assistance of our modern technology and ways of thinking. We have remnants of their great societies with us today, like those found at the Chichen Itza and Tulum historical sites. But could there be more we've yet to find? Could the great jungles of Mexico have covered up the remains of ancient cities? It's entirely possible, and thanks to the help of recent advancements, archaeologists have uncovered much larger portions of Mayan civilization. The technology used for the discovery is called remote sensing, and with it scientists are able to see just how much of the Mayan settlement has been hidden by jungle overgrowth. This knowledge has unlocked other secrets of how the Mayans used to live in their day-to-day life. In particular, the Tikal settlement was likely one of the largest cities in the world during its heyday, with a population nearing 1,000 metric. Everything from servants to nobles to a mighty king. Although there is still much to learn, this new discovery only adds to the prowess the Mayan people held. 2. Scottish Hord. Imagine you're a swordsman that lived over 3,000 years ago and you're coming home from a battle. You've been heavily wounded, but you can walk well enough to start making your way towards home. You're carrying a sword along with some jewelry you were given as a memento from your family to remember them, but you're having trouble carrying everything, so you make the decision to drop everything. Now flashing forward to modern day, a young man named Mario Stephen is roaming on a field in Scotland with his metal detector when he comes across a remarkable find. A stash of jewelry, old swords, horse harnesses and more from the Bronze Age. It's unknown how this massive treasure really wound up in the same spot, so it's very possible some swordsman could have dropped it off millennia ago. The discovery, made just 22 miles 36 kilometers outside of Edinburgh, is one of the most significant finds in Scottish history. The Hord was located and camped out for 22 days. In this time, they found many more ancient artifacts including rings, sword and more. 1. The Lost Crown. The British monarch, Henry VIII, has an interesting past, especially when it comes to his love life. He's well known for having multiple wives, a taboo amongst the Church of England, and achieving this by beheading the ones who couldn't produce a male heir or the ones he claimed were treasonous. Henry is the father of 3 other rulers, Edward VI, Mary I and the famed Queen Elizabeth. As King Henry kept a lively court, but ultimately his lasting legacy would be seen as a killer. Despite this, he was still the ruler of one of the greatest empires on earth, which makes any possession of his extremely valuable, especially his crown. Yet another man with a metal detector, Kevin Duckett, was scouring a field near Northamptonshire, England. When he made the discovery of a lifetime, at first he picked the object up thinking it was a piece of crumpled up foil or perhaps an old milk bottle, but he soon realized it was something way cooler. It was a statue made of solid gold standing at 2.5 inches tall. The figure is believed to have once been a part of King Henry VIII's crown. But how could a piece of his crown end up in some random field? In 1649, after Oliver Cromwell had attacked the monarchy, he ordered the crown passed on through the royalty until it got to King Charles I to be melted and turned into coins. Those orders weren't followed completely. It's a mystery how it ended up in this particular field. After researching his find, Kevin decided to turn the statue in, but not before visiting the Grand Hall. It was here that he saw an exact replica of his discovery on display. The piece of Henry's crown is now safely stored away in the British Museum, standing as a relic to the days of old and kings of the past.